GameStop trading as high as $16.39 in morning auction, up 24.63% from Friday's close. Q4 fiscal 2023 earnings will be reported after standard hours today, and this will be the first report since the company unlocked $1.2 billion to mirror Ryan Cohen Venture Investments. In today's video, we got a lot of stuff to cover with GameStop as well as AMC, a tweet Adam Aaron put out, some numbers, the overall market, some other plays, and then crypto to close out the video. As always, if you enjoy watching or find value out of the video or just want to support me, hit the like button. It's free and that is all I ask. Let's get into it. Okay, so GameStop is trading at $15.06, down 0.4% on the day yesterday. And in yesterday's video, I explained why I entered puts to hedge myself. Still holding my GameStop shares, of course, never selling. But GameStop got a nasty pop yesterday on a good amount of volume as well. 10.416 million in volume, and GameStop usually sees around 2 to 4 million. I'm going to show you a couple things that I see in the charts. GameStop came up and entered this demand zone above $15, and it immediately got rejected around $15.60. But as of right now, it is still holding this level, which is a solid thing to see. If GameStop breaks below, you're watching a base at $14.60 or breaking back into that supply zone for GameStop. As of right now, what I see, why I hedged, is previous earnings. If GameStop gaps into the earnings, then it ends up selling off right after. And also, if you take a look at the overall cycles, you can see the lines that I have drawn out in solid orange. This is where we're at in the cycle, about 3/4 of the way through. And if you look 3/4 of the way through, we usually have something very similar to what's happening. You could say this is the pop back here, or this is the pop back here in the channel before coming down to the lower channel. You could say the same thing back here, pop before coming down even further. And that is essentially what I think GameStop is going to do. Best case scenario is we gap higher from here, we beat on earnings, and everything looks solid and we squeeze higher since we are already trading out of the macro trend line. Now, something to point out is the options chain, 27,000 calls compared to basically no puts expiring in the money. So you're seeing a little bit of gamma ramp build up and then 52,000 calls expiring out of the money as well. So the gamma is looking nice. However, they are trying to hold it down after yesterday's push. You can see almost 41,000 short exempts on GameStop. The last time we saw this was on the 1st of March, which was 46,000. And if we come and take a look at that time frame, that is the same day we broke out of the macro trend line right here, which is the same size push, right? A very similar size push coming up to that same level. As soon as we come up to this supply zone up here, things get ugly, okay? They want to push it back down. Moving on to AMC, trading at $4.28, up 4.65% on the day. We also talked about how AMC and GameStop anymore aren't moving in tandem really. They're not getting that sympathy because GameStop was up a lot yesterday and AMC didn't move, but now GameStop is not moving and AMC's up a good bit, but not much, up about 5%. Based on what we're tracking, this is how much of the cycle that we have left for AMC before squeezing, or we squeeze right away with GameStop, right? Those are the two scenarios as of right now, but either way, worst case scenario, right? We have a little bit of time left, play out this before moving higher, and it's not going to be exact, but essentially you're looking at two double bottoms right around that 380 level, and or a push lower for one of those bottoms, but not too much lower, right? Overall, this is the trend, right? AMC is coming down here to test for another bottom, coming back up to test around $4.40, and then coming back down, retest that bottom. What's interesting about what we're tracking is that if you come and you take a look at AMC on the 45-minute time frame, you will see that this is the low we hit around here, around 360, right? And if we look at AMC, we hit this on the daily time frame, looks better. And this is what we're tracking right now. So you're looking at a double bottom slightly above this. AMC the other day, which a lot of people didn't see, is this wick down here, this random wick down to $3.83. This was a very odd wick. Now, could this mean that they let AMC pop a little bit sooner, right, for the sell-off, and now it's curling higher temporarily? Yes, this could possibly be the case. I don't see AMC continuing higher unless, of course, GameStop ends up squeezing. But as of right now, this is what we're tracking, right? This is kind of, in my opinion, telling us, hey, this is where they're going to push it. And they're letting each other know that it's probably going to come back down to there at least one more time, probably two more times, which is the cycle that we have drawn out. Overall, just keep a close eye on it. This is what we're tracking. And before we get into the numbers, Adam Aaron put out a tweet today that says, in quotes, "The impressive forthcoming movie slate gives me an increasing confidence in the potential for a solid industry box office later in 2024 and in 2025. But for the first part of 2024 is just a slog to wade through. given that the 2023 strikes delayed movie releases from early this year. As I said before, cash is king. The smartest thing AMC did to survive during the past 4 turbulent years was to make sure we had corporate oxygen available to us. That oxygen for AMC, of course, being cash in the bank. As noted during our last earnings call, AMC is focused on extending our debt maturities and ensuring that our cash reserves remain robust. This is the recipe for success. So Adam Aron is basically just reiterating that the first quarter earnings is going to be absolute dog shit, and the second is probably going to be the same. He blames this on writer strikes, delaying some good movies for the end of 2024 and then as well of coming into 2025, right? So this is what he blames it on. He just reiterates cash is king. Not really a good thing to hear because a lot of times when he says this, he ends up diluting the share price. But overall, this is where Adam Aron stands. This is where we stand. Vortex numbers continue to rise at 14.37% short interest, 37.68 million shares shorted. And if we take a look at the option chain, 6,000 calls compared to 4,000 puts expiring in the money, and then 50,000 calls compared to 20,000 puts expiring out of the money. Not much happening, but yesterday on the 25th, 246,371 short exempts. A lot of these checks, what happened? AMC didn't even move yesterday, right? This is exactly what we're seeing. This is exactly what is said. Algorithms want to push AMC and GameStop together in tandem, but they did not let that happen. They're trying to separate them. They're trying to separate the gap between these plays. So GameStop moves a decent percentage. AMC is flat. Why is it flat? Because they dumped almost 300,000 short exempts on it, even though, right, in our eyes, it wasn't moving. But this is the reason it wasn't moving. Okay, moving on, touching on the overall market. I did end up entering SPY calls today. A little bit risky. I dropped them in Discord. If you want to know my trades, as soon as I take them, I drop them in Discord. 521.22 up 0.28% on the day. These are the definition of hammer candles back to back on SPY. And what I see in the charts is a decrease in volume and then a slight move higher, still getting a hammer candle. And if you take a look at the 45-minute time frame, it looks even better. But looking at the daily time frame, whenever the SPY does this, the overall market does this, comes to test this channel and then gaps higher, right? You want to see a volume decrease with hammer candles or that move the other direction. In the past 3 days, we have been selling off, so I'm looking for that move up. Does it have to happen? Absolutely not. The SPY can definitely break down below this channel like it did back here, and that's something that we are going to have to pay attention to and watch. But as of right now, watching for a move higher to slowly bring us up to 535 on the SPY. Tesla trading at 181.32, up 5% on the day. The other day I talked about closing my puts and exactly what I said. If Tesla breaks above 176.50, I will likely not be re-entering my puts. However, if Tesla broke below this level, right around 167, 166.50, I would immediately re-enter my puts. As of right now, Tesla did not. Okay, so I am not in a position right now. I do still own my shares, obviously, but I am not in a options position with Tesla, and Tesla got rejected at this trend line right here. So we are still watching weakness in the chart from Tesla, which is a good thing to see for anybody that is bearish on Tesla in the short to medium term. But as of right now, we are just going to watch it because this could be a dirty double bottom for Tesla overall and could allow it to go even higher. So that's something to potentially keep watch on. Nvidia coming up to 950 again, looking like it's getting that double top here. Just going to keep a side eye on it. Now, founders of cryptocurrency exchange KuCoin have just been charged criminally with the Bank Secrecy Act and unlicensed money transmission offenses. The London Stock Exchange will begin crypto ETF trading on May 28th of 2024, which could be huge for crypto. And finally, Bitcoin breaking back above 70,000, coming back down and getting a textbook bounce off of this level right around 69,400. Beautiful thing to see for Bitcoin. It didn't quite test this supply zone back above 72.5, where Bitcoin hit its previous high at 73.7. Overall, we're watching for that previous high to get broken on Bitcoin to scale even higher, but it's looking more and more likely that a retracement is not coming before the halving. Couple last things for crypto. El Salvador's Bitcoin holdings have reached 5,700 Bitcoin, equivalent to $400 million, which they are now 80 million in profit. Kathy Wood is just probably going insane at this point, now saying Bitcoin's price could head to 3.8 million, which is outrageous. And last but not least, a couple side things. Swift planning to launch of new central bank digital currency platform in 12 to 24 months. Ex-WeWork CEO and founder Adam Neumann has just submitted a $500 million bid to buy WeWork. And finally, DWalk, aka Truth Social, is now trading under a new ticker, DJT, gapping higher, up about 40% as we speak, around 7 $70. That is it, guys. That is what I got for you for today's video. Hopefully you enjoyed watching or found value out of the video. A couple things before you guys end up leaving. For the ones who did open an account for Moomoo, make sure to deposit even $1 into there to start earning benefits. If you guys opened your account, go back, open the app, and go to the middle account tab and make sure to make a deposit into there. And also, if you haven't done it, you'll get a ton of other benefits. That's the top link in the description and pinned in the top of comments. And if you guys want to join the Discord, I'm in there on the daily. We talk stocks all day long, as well as crypto. I post my trades as soon as I take them. And we also have options trading alerts in there, so there's no reason not to get in there. Level up your trading journey. It's a coffee a month. Both of those links are under the video and pinned in the top of comments for you guys. That is it. Thank you guys for the support. I love you. Peace.